everybody. It's a great pleasure for me to be here. And thank you, first of all, to the organizers of the summit to have a speech here. And a sincere special thanks to the Lord Norman Foster and the foundation team. They are doing incredible work for Kharkiv City and for whole Ukraine, not only for Kharkiv City. Because for today, we are only the one city who started the planning. And it's very important. Why? Because when we started that work, we not only feel that we are closer to the victory, but all our citizens feel the same. All our citizens, every day, asking the mayor whether the foundation is helping, whether they are with us. Because for them, the planning of the future in this nightmare that Ukraine now has is very, very important. It's extremely important, this support. And I want to thank to everybody, and I want to thank especially to the team of the foundation for this joint work. We have created a city lab in our city, and on the local level, we created a working group of the local architects, of the local historians, of the local experts who are working every day together with the foundation team. We are sharing the ideas. We are looking forward to the new project. We jointly have summarized and decided this approach to the master planning. And this approach is now the best because the pilots project which were presented and which Lord Norman Foster showed us now are very important. And of course, this expertise that we will receive from the international experts and from the international architects and all the experts which are now working with us is extremely important. We are facing that first time. We never thought that in our country will be this nightmare that we are all facing today. And we do not know a lot of things, how to do better, how to create something new. And this Soviet time heritage are so annoying now, even more than it was before. Because we cannot react, we cannot respond now perfectly and well to all the challenges and all the disaster, we can say, what is now going on in our city especially. For today, in Kharkiv, more than 150,000 people are without a flat. So the residential buildings was damaged a lot, and the most, we can say. Of course, a lot of administration buildings, a lot of cultural heritage. That's why those old pilot projects, which were very carefully showed and which were carefully suggested to us, and our local architects and the mayor supported, were really, really examined after all the destructions and damages that we have in our city, to unite all the spheres and to have the pilot experience in all these spheres. And the night, and as Norman Foster said, our mayor was dreaming of the science park in Kharkiv. And it was the dream even before the war. And we were working on that. We were trying to get the place, we were doing, and when this all began and when this disaster began in our city, you know, now we are as a brave nation, as everybody say. We are not so brave, we are optimistic. As we are now saying, the war is a new opportunity to have something new in our city, fully new approach to the urban planning, and fully new master plan with the super great support of the best international experts that we have today. The foundation is doing a great work. I can say you honestly, I did not heard about any other cities that have started to plan. And it's very important, because even if the war will tomorrow end, we are not ready to rebuild. We are not ready to understand from what to start and how to do that. That's why the London's example is the best. They were ready. When the war finished, they were fully ready to start the rebuilding of their city. This is our goal, and I, one more time, just want to emphasize that the science park in our city is a tremendous project. It's the pilot project for whole country. It's not only for Kharkiv. We do not have in Ukraine such a space, the space where you can live, work, actively have a leisure time, and anything, the new innovations. This is something new, and we can be, and we will be, I assure, the pilot project for the whole our country. And as Kharkiv is we call it usually as the young city. And it's not because of the age of the city, because of the students. Every second person in Kharkiv is the student. We have more than 350,000 graduates each year, 36 universities and higher educational institutions. Today, they also suffering a lot because, of course, not all the students are staying. Of course, a lot of universities were destructed and damaged. But if we will be together as we are now, and we are honestly saying to you, working as a big, big family now, with the foundation, with the NARUP, with the super professors from Oxford University and from Harvard University, which are working on the economic vision, and thanks to the foundation again for their attraction. Because without the new economic vision after the war, we will not be able to rebuild the economy of the city and to attract people back. This is the main. Because without the people, there's no need for infrastructure. And this is our main idea, to create new, fully new, and to examine the mistakes that we have before, and to create fully new city, the city of the future. And when we were preparing our presentation, it is consists from 3 videos. The first video from our mayor to you all, and the second video is about our city for you to a bit understand how we look like and what the war have done to our city. And the third video is from our citizens, what they think about Kharkiv and how they respond now, how they see Kharkiv in the future. Thank you very much for this time.
Уважаемые участники саммита, приветствую вас из города-героя Харькова. Прежде всего, хочу поблагодарить организаторов и лично лорда Нормана Фостера за возможность выступить на столь масштабном и представительском мероприятии. Я знаю, что обычно на таких саммитах обсуждаются вопросы, связанные с устойчивым развитием громад и городов, повышением уровня комфорта и безопасности. Это именно те вопросы, над которыми мы работали в Харькове. Но сегодня повестка дня в корне изменилась. Как вы знаете, Российская Федерация совершила полномасштабное вторжение в Украину. Разрушено много городов и сел. Лишены крова миллионы людей. Сейчас перед украинской властью на первое место вышли совсем другие проблемы. Учитывая, что ракетные обстрелы и бомбардировки продолжаются практически каждый день. Тем не менее, даже в это тяжелое время мы не можем не думать о том, что нам необходимо сделать после нашей победы. Почти сразу после первых разрушений в городе мы начали строить планы послевоенного восстановления Харькова. На сегодня в той или иной степени в городе повреждено около 3500 многоэтажных жилых домов, сотни объектов инфраструктуры, школы, больницы, детские садики, магазины, подстанции, котельные и многое-многое другое. Все это необходимо будет отстроить. И не просто сделать так, как было раньше, а сделать намного лучше, комфортнее и, конечно же, безопаснее. Я очень рад, что в этом нам согласился помочь выдающийся архитектор, архитектор современности, лорд Норман Фостер со своей командой. Сейчас мы вместе работаем над созданием нового генерального плана развития Харькова. Цель этого плана – сделать Харьков прогрессивным, передовым городом в сфере жилищно-коммунального хозяйства, транспорта, здравоохранения. Мы планируем построить в Харькове мощный индустриальный парк, который даст импульс развития промышленного производства, научного потенциала нашего города. Важно, что этот план может послужить пилотным проектом для других городов Украины. Знаю, что Норман Фостер предложил Массачусетскому технологическому университету сотрудничать, чтобы использовать их опыт в области анализа данных и передовые цифровые инструменты для решения сложных урбанистических задач. Мы будем рады любой помощи. И я очень ценю, что тема послевоенного восстановления украинских городов будет обсуждаться в первый день саммита. Верю, что это приведет к конкретным практическим результатам и поможет в достижении наших целей. Благодарю за внимание, желаю вам плодотворной работы.
Our home doesn't end outside the apartment. The streets of our city are also our home, the city we love and create. At home, everything in its place. Your desk space, your mug, everything creates your comfort. Every little thing is important because you adjust it to your needs. The city works the same way. Every citizen of Kharkiv manifests in it, and the government hears their needs. Many progressive and innovative artistic and ecological projects grew rapidly and created comfort for the citizens. Over the past 5 years, the city has undergone significant infrastructural changes. Construction and reconstruction of boiler houses, thermal power plants, water and heating systems, construction of new and overhaul of existing bridges, expansion of transport highways. The attention to details and active work on development made Kharkiv one of the top 3 most comfortable cities in Ukraine. While getting rid of the Soviet heritage, Kharkiv created its own unique face. But the war suddenly broke into our home, and the destruction affected every area. Dwelling houses, kindergartens, schools, hospitals, infrastructure facilities, administrative buildings, public transport, cultural and architectural monuments were destroyed and damaged. We do not fear. Our road to the future was bombed and shelled, which caused great damage, but we didn't change our direction. Even under bombardments, we continued to work, rebuild, and live as the bravest, most loyal, and loving people we are. We want to revive our Kharkiv, taking into account all the old mistakes that became critical during the war. We want to pay attention to the reformatting of the road and transport infrastructure. This complex issue should be solved by utilizing large-scale projects of building ring roads, dual-purpose underground parking lots, tunnels, multi-level transport interchanges, roads with lines dedicated for modern urban transport. No less important and strategically necessary is the development of the subway network, as Kharkiv specialists did before the war. After all, the subway is the fastest public transport. During the war, the subway became a safe haven for many Kharkiv residents who hid within its walls from enemy shells for several months. The imperfections of the city's infrastructure need to be fixed. New heating networks and water supply systems must be constructed in those areas where it was unfortunately destroyed. Reconstruction and renovation of heat sources inside the city will make us independent of heat coming from outside. The city's water supply system warrantably pushes us to build new water intakes and water lines, to change the scheme of water supply to the city in order to make it more autonomous and protected from external factors. Based on all the improved infrastructure, we will be able to build new, comfortable residential areas with modern courtyards and create recreational areas equipped with modern interactive equipment, where every Kharkiv resident can spend time with benefit and pleasure. Special attention will be paid to the construction of bomb shelters. Kharkiv is a modern city that adheres to the concept of modern urbanism, which aims to unite green spaces in cities. It's not about park creation in our usual sense. We want to create nature inside the city, and the confirmation of this is the Green Frame project, the goal of which is to connect all park areas of the city into one network of green corridors with pedestrian and bicycle paths. Currently, the joint active work of the city with the support of United Nations Economic Commission for Europe is already underway on the creation of Kharkiv restoration concept and the updated master plan. The best international and Ukrainian experts have been involved, in particular the world-famous British architect Norman Foster, as well as the Norman Foster Foundation. Working groups have already been formed, which include Spanish and German specialists involved by Lord Foster, as well as our Kharkiv architects and urban planners. In the new and peaceful Kharkiv, we particularly want to pay attention to the IT sphere, industrial, high-tech parks, and industry. This is a chance to reconstruct large productions, to give them a second life. Ukraine is independent, and we want this independence to come to life in our urban and courageous city, the city that breathes with freedom. Now our freedom is in our spirit, and we want Kharkiv to function as freely as its residents think. We invite you to join in the development of a new city plan. After all, your experience, contribution, and participation are important. Become a part of Ukrainian courage. Support the revival of Kharkiv City.
Звати Дмитро, я головний редактор медіа про Харків і культуру Люк. Харків – це моє рідне.
Здравствуйте, я Ольга Нежурина, я харьковчанка, украинка.
My name is Lana. I'm from Ukraine, from Kharkiv, and now I'm in North South.
Привет, я Аня, и я из города Харьков. Когда я закрываю глаза, мое первое воспоминание о Харькове – красивый и яркий парк города.
В городе Харькове мы очень любим его центральную улицу Сумскую, его центральную площадь, которая одна из самых больших площадей в Европе, его прекрасный парк Шевченко вместе с его новейшим зоопарком.
Мені подобається, що Харків – це ніби путівник по різних епохах, такий як пазл. І це також студентське місто, тут найбільша кількість вишів в Україні. І тому тут багато молоді, студентів.
Kharkiv is a modern, clean and development city in the east of Ukraine. I really like our architecture and how historical and modern buildings so exist in one area.
I like our city for the fusion of different stuff and things like culture, science, parks, a lot of different architecture styles like
Харків завжди був видатним культурним центром, промисловим центром України, але я б назвав ще Харків і духовним центром.
У моєму місті мені подобається місто. Місто – то є люди, будівлі, парки, історія. Місто-герой, незламний та найгарніший у будь-який час та при будь-яких обставинах.
Первое – это харьковский дух. Он пронизан наукой, искусством, культурой, образованием, всем тем, что связано с духовным развитием человека. без чего у человечества нет будущего.
Гордился студенческим городом. Всякие научно-исследовательские институты были. И были прогрессивные во всех сферах деятельности.
Очень хочется, чтобы война не повлияла на количество студентов, на новые проекты, чтобы после окончания войны мы увидели такой же цветущий, такой же чистый, такой же родной, такой же светлый наш любимый город.
Если вы будете строить новые школы, то стройте их, пожалуйста, большими, красивыми, цветными, и чтобы там была куча площадок футбольных, теннисных, баскетбольных, чтобы они были такими же цветными, как в Италии.
Слава Украине!
Слава Украине!